Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Taryn Tats, and I'm back with another video. We got a new 4K Blu-ray to review today, and no sense in farting around. I'll just get into it. You already know what it is by the title. And first of all, just before I start, though, I would just like to take a second to say, if you watch this video, because I know already there are a number of videos out there that have already been reviewing this 4K. So I just want to say, if you take the time to watch this, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I mean that. Now, the movie that we're talking about today is we got the new Scream Factory, kind of slim Scream Factory / Studio Canal release of John Carpenter's The Fog from 1980. This is a great movie. I really love this movie, man. Awesome movie. Love the soundtrack. As a matter of fact, I got the right here. I got the CD soundtrack right here. And I also have the vinyl soundtrack. Beautiful vinyl soundtrack. This is cool. Great music for a great movie. There's the gatefold there. You can see that. Hopefully you can. Anyway, so yeah. As you can tell, I'm a fan of this movie. Now, one thing I didn't think about, I should have mentioned this when I did my review for Escape from New York, was yeah, they did the same thing. Now, here a couple of years ago, there was a import 4K version of The Fog, Escape from New York, Prince of Darkness, and They Live. And they put out this 4-disc 4K set that you could import. And I never got around to importing it. And the reason why is because by the time I found out about it, Scream Factory had already put out Prince of Darkness and They Live, and I had bought that. So it just didn't make any sense to me to import that, because it's like, well, I already got two, and there's going to be two up, I'm pretty sure eventually, Scream Factory is going to get around putting the other two out, which finally, after today, they did. And so Scream Factory really didn't have to do much work on this. I mean, mostly they just, as far as they put new Dolby Atmos track and a new restored original mono track. But the transfer was done by Studio Canal, and the transfer looks beautiful. I think there are going to be some people, especially like some of the daylight scenes, they look fantastic. There are going to be a couple of shots, a couple of small parts though, like near the end of the movie when the fog is coming for Adrienne Barbeau. There are a couple of parts there where it's kind of hard to see, because of the HDR and stuff. But there are a couple of moments there where you kind of I can't really see anything, especially when she's, climbing on top of the lighthouse to try to get away from the fog and stuff like that. It's really dark and you can hardly see anything. But some of the daylight shots look really good. And one thing I was, of course, the green of the trees and the grass and everything else look fantastic. The scenery looks amazing. There are a couple of parts I think some people are going to be a little it's a little too dark for my taste, but still. One thing I thought really looked good, particularly, was the scene where, we're heading towards the third act, and Adrienne Barbeau's character, Stephen Wayne, she's driving to the lighthouse so she can go to work, and it's when she gets there and you see her walking down the steps and going towards the lighthouse, it's I thought that was really impressive looking the way that they did it, because it looked it looked very much like daylight fading away going into nighttime. Just to me personally, is what? Yeah, that's kind of the way it looked. The way the shadows grow long and things like that. It looked more natural to me and stuff. And there are a couple of times where you're kind of some of the visual effects weren't, not much, but there are a couple little seconds there where you're kind of well, the visual effects don't really hold up, but still, it's a great movie. It's not enough to take you out of it, but anyway, so let's talk about what else we got here. Okay, so on the 4K Blu-ray, obviously there were some bonus features from the Studio Canal 4K import that they put over onto this 4K, which is nice. And the reason you could tell that they were imported because, for example, there was a introduction by John Carpenter, which more is just not really an introduction. It's more just an interview where he talks about getting the idea for the movie and making the movie and all this other kind of stuff. And he was just And while he's talking, you can see there are subtitles. So you can tell they imported those bonus features over. But anyway, so we got the four. Okay, I told you about the sound, which actually the sound is pretty good. I mean, it's not going to blow you out of your chair, but still, it looks pretty good. Oh, it sounds pretty good. You got the 4K restoration by Studio Canal, which, like I said, a couple little iffy parts, but really is a nice, beautiful transfer. Not too, it's not like really glossy or anything, but not too like overly grainy either. So I mean, you could definitely enjoy the film. It's definitely a beautiful viewing experience. Audio commentary with writer-director John Carpenter, writer-producer Deborah Hill. May she rest in peace. I miss Deborah Hill. She was such a great producer. She made a lot of really good movies. I mean, not just the ones she did with John Carpenter, but I mean, come on, like Clue. She was a producer on Clue. She was a producer on Dead Zone, Fisher King. Like, I miss Deborah Hill. She made a lot of great films. And also too, it's like it does kind of bother me that I mean, John Carpenter deserves the credit that he gets for Halloween and all that. But I kind of wish like Deborah Hill got a little bit more credit because, it was, Carpenter himself said it was a 50-50 collaboration. So it's like, she deserves as much credit for the success of Halloween and everything as he does. Anyway, audio commentary with actors Adrian Barbeau and Tom Atkins and production designer Tommy Lee Wallace. Tom Atkins. How can you go wrong with a movie with Tom Atkins in it? Come on. Retribution, uncovering John Carpenter's The Fog. The Shape of Things to Come, John Fog. Yeah, I'm okay, folks. John Carpenter unfilmed, intro by John Carpenter, and scene analysis by John Carpenter. Now on disc 2, of course, you got the Blu-ray, the new Dolby Atmos track, the new restored original mono track, 4K restoration by Studio Canal, audio commentary, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, audio commentary, Adrian Barbeau, Tom Atkins, Tommy Lee Wallace, Retribution, uncovering John Carpenter's The Fog, The Shape of Things to Come, John Carpenter unfilmed, intro by John Carpenter, scene analysis by John Carpenter, My Time with Terror, interview with actress Jamie Lee Curtis, very interesting, where she talks about, her career, like, she had made horror movies for a certain period of time, then she went into more mainstream movies, and now she's back doing, Halloween movies and stuff again. Dean of Darkness, interview with director of photography Dean Cundy. Boy, that guy's a great cinematographer, isn't he? Tales from the Mist, Inside the Fog featurette. Fear on Film, Inside the Fog. The Fog storyboard to film featurette. Horror's Hollow Grounds, a look at the film's locations. I love those, man. I wish we could get more of these on some of these movies and stuff. I love those. Outtakes, special effects test. Trailers from Hell, filmmaker Mick Garris on The Fog, theatrical trailers, TV spots, photo galleries, storyboards, and there's probably even some hidden bonus features, some Easter egg bonus features on here that I probably didn't name. But as you can see, we got the regular Amaray case with the slipcover. Now, I know that there was a 4K, that there was a steelbook that Screen Factory put out, but see, here's the problem. I'm kind of working on, I know this is going to make me sound like a cheapskate. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of working on a budget here, and I got a lot of stuff pre-ordered and getting ready, so I kind of had to cut a couple of costs, so I had to just go with just the regular Amaray case, which, I'm fine with. But there's the side. We got the back. Okay. Now we got this here. Side and the back. Pretty much the same thing, but guess what? Yeah, you guessed it, right? We got reversible art cover. Nice. I think this was actually, this is always the known image that we get, like the known kind of like poster art for The Fog, but I do believe that this is probably the very original, like the very first poster art for the movie. And altogether, this is a very solid release. It's good for the money. I had noticed, okay, here are discs here. Let's see here. Well, I'm sorry, they're kind of upside down, but I think you get the point. Okay, there's the 4K Blu-ray, and I'm sorry, that just bugged me. Let me show you guys. Hang on just a second. Okay. So we have there we go, the Blu-ray and the 4K of it. I haven't really noticed any kind of issues, at least not yet, that I'm aware of. These seem to be everything seems to be pretty much legit. Everything seems good. Not a lot of, there's a tiny little bit of the kind of slick, whatever, but not like the level it was on the Child's Play 4Ks. Definitely not enough to hurt it or anything like that. The discs appear to be fine. I haven't noticed any issues, not as of yet. And overall, I think I can say I'm pretty well satisfied with this, and it is a worthy pickup. So yeah, so I'm happy with it, and it's nice to finally get these 4Ks of John Carpenter films and stuff. And I'm looking. I can't wait to get more John Carpenter films on 4K. I'm looking forward to. I can't wait till we can get like In the Mouth of Madness, and I'm even excited to get his remake of Village of the Damned. I think that's. I even think that movie's going to look really good on 4K. I don't mind that movie. Saw that in the theater. But what else? In the Mouth of Madness. I wouldn't even mind if they put like Body Bag, Assault on Precinct 13. That one I think is going to look really good on 4K. So yeah. So I'm really looking forward to more John Carpenter, movies coming out on 4K and stuff. So that was it. I don't think that there's much more I can say about this. I hope nobody, they pick this up that they have any issues with it. But like I said, so far I haven't detected anything wrong, at least not with this one. So that's pretty much it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, again, I really do thank you because I know videos have already done reviews about this. So if you took the time to watch this, thank you for doing it. I do appreciate you for doing it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to my channel. And we got lots more 4K Blu-rays to review and everything. I got another one coming real soon. And that's it, everybody. So take care of my boils and ghouls. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.